Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wind, Reel, and Print. My name is Ryan, and today I'm joined by two very special guests who you have not met before, but I've known them for quite a long time. We have Joe and Chad. I've known Joe and Chad, well, Chad since middle school, so it's been a long time. Joe since high school. We were in drumline together, and that ended up cementing a bond that would last at currently a lifetime so far.
Yes.
We also, yes.
Just make sure.
For those of you that listen to the podcast and listen all the way to the end, which bless you if you do, we say at the end, produced by Salad Brain Productions. And these two are members of Salad Brain Productions. So thank you.
Always a member.
Yes, always. It's a blood ritual, blood right.
Yeah. Let's not get into what
they don't need to. They don't need it out.
They don't know that.
You haven't earned it.
But it is for life, that's for sure.
Yes. We used to make videos. We used to do podcasts as well. And this kind of this podcast about movies and all the things in between kind of started as a podcast we did for Salad Brain called Spoiled, the sequel show, which specifically was all about sequels. We did Frozen 2, Tron Legacy, Shanghai Nights,
Secret of the Ooze.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Ninja
of
Turtles,
course,
Secret of the
TMNT,
Ooze,
Secret of the Ooze.
Spy Kids 2.
Spy Kids 2. And I think that
there
was...
may have been something else.
Maybe. But
those are the main ones.
Yeah, exactly. So we became very adept. We have very film critical people here.
Oh, the most critical.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. And this podcast has never been about the one we're currently on. It's not about, rating movies or anything like that. It's about talking about them and how everything connects. It starts as one thing, ends as another. We come back around. And today, our North Star that will keep us going is a grand movie called Troll 2. And we're not talking about Troll 2 from, I guess, like maybe 2023 or 2024. There was another Troll.
That was Trolls.
Trolls the musical?
Trolls 2.
With Justin Timberlake.
Well, there was a Troll 2 to the Norwegian Troll.
Oh, right. There was Troll and Troll 2, and then there was Trolls and Trolls 2. And then there was also Troll and Troll 2.
Yeah. And those other trolls have more to do with each other than not.
Yes.
And these trolls have nothing to do with each other and not.
There are no trolls in this troll.
Yes.
In the troll that we're talking. In the Troll 2.
That's the first order of business.
Yeah.
Is that there are no trolls.
Yes.
And there are goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that purely Troll 2 was just the name they used to get some sort of box office grab.
Yeah, that
they
makes more
attached it
sense.
to the first.
Of course.
Yeah. And we ended up watching. Joe and I watched the first Troll separately, so we have a little bit of context that is completely not needed.
I was going to say, I went straight into this. Just Raw Dogs, the second one, and I was caught on immediately.
Yeah.
I was sucked in.
Yeah. I just realized we're talking, and for those of you that are on video, you might be wondering what the fuck.
I thought we were just not going to address it, which is almost better.
Which might be better. Maybe you don't. Mine should be clear. Joe's might not be, but you do a little research, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Google reverse image search me. Maybe that'll work.
Yeah. But I'm also going to date this. Happy
Actually,
Halloween.
Don't do that.
Happy Halloween. Yes. Oh God. True.
Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Yes.
And if you don't know what I am, get it together.
Yes, exactly.
That's about
I
all I
guess
gotta
John
say.
Wick.
Yeah.
John Wick, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I would love to imagine the multiverse where John Wick ends up as a Jedi.
Yeah.
More like John Thick, am I right?
I'm trying.
All right. Troll
2.
Troll.
The first Troll.
The first Troll.
Were there trolls in Troll?
There's a troll,
kind of,
right?
Oh, I guess, was it just the thing at the end is considered the troll?
I kind of thought I guess it was confusing. I would say it's a better movie, but it is an equally confusing, if not more confusing, I will say, I feel like I kind of followed the plot of Troll 2 more than I followed the plot of Troll.
So here's the thing, and I think this is where this whole conversation is going to go, because for those of you that don't know, Troll 2 is considered the worst movie ever made. Like it's rated that, people have voted on that.
Yeah.
That it's there. And other movies like The Room and things of that nature are considered the worst movies ever made. Now, the trick to having a good bad movie is you have to be at least somewhat competent, and you have to be genuine in trying to make something good, and it falls kind of flat on its face.
I see.
And we can kind of talk about that. The first Troll just feels like a little like they're trying a lot of different things.
Yeah.
It's kind of cheesy, but not in a like exciting way. It would be the way I would describe it. Like there is very interesting scenes. So for the first Troll is about basically a building in San Francisco that a bunch of people live in, and there was an old curse on the building or something, and there's a witch that lives there, and these new people move in, and the trolls or the creatures from this other dimension start to reappear and take over the building one room at a time, basically. Very similar to Troll 2.
Right.
Led by one. It's led by one troll, specific kind of, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
who is a wizard?
Yeah,
I guess
was like the lover of
the witch. Yeah,
which I was like, I was a little confused.
And she calls him a wizard, but
Yes.
he looks like a troll.
Yes,
And he like shapeshifts or like takes on the body of people in the hotel,
yes.
but specifically a little girl.
I forgot about that. Yes.
Yes.
So the troll shapeshifts.
A little girl who is the daughter of a man named Harry Potter and
What?
the brother of a boy
No.
named Harry Potter Jr.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. And the director or writer or whatever does claim that J.K. Rowling stole that.
I believe it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I would only think that.
Well, the thing is, like, they talked about this so there's another movie that kind of like also connects to this, which is the Best Worst movie, which is like a documentary that took place in the early 2000s, or I guess late aughts, that follows the filmmakers and actors and things of Troll 2 getting back together, going to these midnight screenings and stuff, and kind of seeing how Troll 2 kind of came back to life after being a box office bomb.
Yeah, of course.
And the directors seem to think that Harry Potter, like trolls were popularized according to them from these movies. Now, whether or not that's true,
From Troll and Troll 2,
Yes.
they were saying trolls
Yes.
were. You know what's a crazy thought?
What?
I not once while watching this movie thought to myself, "Where are the trolls?"
Yes.
That
Is that good or bad?
Yeah, it's good. That's a good question. Actually, I'm not sure. The title lured me in, and then I forgot about that throughout the movie. So
Right.
it can't be that bad, right? I mean, I was definitely enveloped in the story of this movie.
Yes.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were several points where I'm like, what? And then I just was brought right back in with something else happening. So
Yes.
that's good. That is good.
So is there anything you wanted to say about Troll 1?
I was very surprised to see Sonny Bono and
Yes.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus. And
It was Julia Louis-Dreyfus's first movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
First movie, but was it her first gig? Like
That's
first
a good
acting
question.
gig?
I don't know, but she's the daughter of a billionaire, and this was her first foray into acting, and I
Yeah.
felt bad for her watching
Yeah.
watching it. She would go on to, I think her second movie was like a Woody Allen film pretty soon after that, and then obviously we know her as Elaine
Yes.
from Seinfeld, but she is in this and plays at a certain point like a fairy or some. What do you
Yeah,
call
a
like a nymph?
Yeah.
Yes.
I really got to watch this movie.
yeah,
I
it's
can't
very
believe I
strange.
didn't try
They
this.
kill off Sonny Bono real quick.
Real quick, he's the first.
He's the first.
Yeah.
Remind me who Sonny Bono is.
Cher's husband.
One of-
yes.
Oh, yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Sonny and Cher. Should have
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Which
Which to our generation means not
Very
much.
little.
Yeah.
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 You
That's
guys
another.
don't listen to Cher consistently nowadays?
your body. Okay. But other than
Jan.
that, I mean, like I think the puppets in Troll and Troll are pretty cool.
Yes.
Like for the time, like I think they're pretty cool, pretty well animated. Like the eyes, especially, they make a puppet of, I can't remember the guy's name, but the little person that is the writer who befriends the little girl.
Yes.
And then he turns into a troll. And then
he also, that actor actually played the troll.
I didn't research that, but
You could
had
assume.
a hunch. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He had a great mustache.
He has, you can see his eyes pretty well in,
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
troll costume.
Yeah.
So like, you can see it's a person in there pretty clearly.
Yes.
Mustaches aren't that great. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'd say they're
yeah,
unnecessary.
yeah. Yeah. Does anyone have a shaver?
So if I could touch on this, so you were talking about like the puppets being awesome
Yes.
for the first one. How would you compare it to the second one?
Well,
for
the ones for the second, the
practical effects.
the practical effects
Yeah.
for this. Well, the trolls or goblins in the
Yes.
second one are awful.
Terrible.
And they're not even puppets.
They're not.
Yeah.
No.
There are some interesting effects in the second one when it comes to like the layer of our kind of villain. When you have like that stone and the smoke coming out in the light.
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
getting some cool effects when we've got the person that has turned into like a plant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Little interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Costume
Yeah.
design.
Yep. Interesting costume design.
Wasn't that
But
person's name Ryan?
maybe.
No,
I'm pretty
it was
sure.
Arnold.
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 Yeah.
How many times have you seen this movie, Troll 2, Joe? A good amount?
3.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For being the worst movie ever made, that's a fair amount of
Yeah,
time.
I mean it's a good movie though.
Yeah. You were very excited at the prospect
Yes.
of doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you had kind of talked about this movie a few times.
I feel like I may have put it in your brain because
Yes,
I
I believe you
I
did.
mentioned it to you like a few weeks before we
Yes.
decided we were doing this. So,
Yes.
yeah, no, it's a good. It's an enjoyable. It's an entertaining watch,
Yeah.
which is what makes it worth watching. I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was definitely entertaining.
Yes.
Definitely entertaining.
Yeah, there is something like the horseshoe theory, right? There is something that happens when you make a bad movie, and it could be mediocre. And I think that's the worst thing a movie can do is just be mediocre and not really go in any direction, or be made by someone that is just trying to get it done and doesn't really care.
Yeah.
Right.
This clearly showed some sort of care for the craft.
Right.
It looked good for the like it was shot on film.
Yep.
It is lit. You can see everything. It's not out of focus.
Yeah.
The audio is good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's the unforgivable sin of filmmaking is if you have bad audio, it basically, and I guess that's everything really. It's what really it comes down to is like the acting and the writing are insane.
The acting blew my mind.
Yes. And I don't know how much you know about this, Chad, but also for the listeners, it was directed by an Italian.
Okay.
And so it had an Italian crew as well. And they came to Utah and they basically just got a bunch of people that lived in the area to be the actors in this movie.
Really?
Yes. And so you're dealing with a director that does not speak very much English
Okay.
and is very forceful in his vision. And so there really wasn't much maneuverability.
Creative
Yes,
room.
exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
according to the lore, there was only one crew member on the entire crew that spoke fluent English during the time of shooting.
Fantastic.
And
tracks.
on top of that, according to the lore, the actors were given the script like pages at a time and like while they were filming it. So like they didn't even really know what they were doing.
It's like a Marvel movie.
Yeah. We made some changes.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's great.
yeah, that style can go in many different directions. It's very interesting, and you can feel that it is very much like if someone was saying the lines in your ear and you had no idea what you were going to do, and you just were saying them to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
That's what this movie.
That
feels
is
like.
the
Yeah.
acting. That is
Yeah.
hands down what the acting is. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so many people after this movie would not go on to act, obviously.
Of course.
Our lead father, George Hardy, plays Michael Waits. He was and is a dentist. So he was a dentist practicing in the area and then was brought in to the film and would go
great.
on to be a dentist in Alabama.
I would love to be a patient and see him.
In the best worst movie, his patients have to basically hear him talk about the movie a lot.
Mm.
And
imagined.
he does his famous quote, which can you guess what his famous quote is? What
What do you think of all the quotes in the movie? Which do you think is his famous one?
His famous quote. Oh, geez. Which, funny enough, is one of his lines, but I don't think that's the quote. Oh, gosh, I really don't know.
Joe, do you want to?
It is, you can't piss on hospitality.
God, how did I? Oh man, that is
piss
so.
on us.
It's, oh my gosh, yeah.
What are you doing, Dad? And he's. It looks.
Yeah,
It seems like he's about
he
to.
seems like he's gonna piss on him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think everyone did, and so his line is absolutely insane after that, which is "I'm tightening my belt because I'm hungry."
go hungry.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Just like your sister and
Yeah.
your mom are going to.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so funny. There were so many moments of this movie where I'm just like, what?
Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh, it was great. The fact that it was made by an Italian director, I guess, kind of changes the perspective.
Okay, we're gonna for our listener, we're right next to a litter box, and the cat
I don't mind.
is pissing or shitting. Are they pissing or shitting?
I'll tell you in 1 second.
All right,
Hold up.
let's give the cat a second.
His head's poking out.
All right,
which
let's
is
see.
Very
It's P.
cute.
It's P.
Okay. Oh, it's pee.
Yeah.
Here, let's see if we
Listen.
can hear it.
Sounds like a little popcorn being made.
Sounds
out of
like
the room.
a late rain.
Yeah, it does. It's
All right,
sprinkling
he's
outside.
gonna scoop. But there we go. Good boy.
This is what my cat does too. He'll just scrape the wall.
Exactly.
I'm like, all
Yeah,
right, well.
and it's like, what am I supposed to say?
Speaking of pissing on hospitality,
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
nice.
Where are we going with this?
Nice.
yeah, what a great scene though. I think
Also, that was longer than 30 seconds. Grandpa said, you have 30 seconds. He walked that room for 2 full minutes thinking, I got to do this. I
Yeah.
can do this. But I really thought to myself, how is he going to stop them? That was a great way to stop them. Absolutely.
do you think in that 30 seconds he was planning, or do you think he was debating?
Doing
if
what
he
he
should
knew
do
he was
it.
going to do? That's a good question.
Are you talking about the dad?
No, the
the
boy.
son.
Oh, the son.
The grandpa freezes time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He's walking around the table
Yeah.
deciding if he's going to pee on the food,
Insane.
which is like
In-
in
yeah.
the bowels of some of his family.
Oh, 100%.
Like in
Oh, I
the
think
Think about
bowels
his
of some of
sister.
his
His
family.
sister's mouth was on like the cob itself. How do you soak a cob? You know?
Oh, I didn't even think about the fact
No
that he
way she didn't get
basically
splashback.
got pissed.
Yeah,
All of his
dude.
family got pissed on.
Yeah.
Oh man, to jump, I will say in the beginning of this movie when Grandpa was reading him the story, I really thought this was going to be like Princess Bride kind of esque. This is a
Yes.
story in that it's just a bedtime story.
Yes.
And I really thought that was going to be the theme of the movie. I was so sorely mistaken. That Grandpa really though saved the whole family.
Yes. I may I ask either of you or both of you to try to give the synopsis of Troll 2?
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
like a 2 word, like a 2
Like a
sentence.
one
like a couple
sentence
yeah,
kinda-
the log line as they
Yeah.
call it. What is Troll 2?
Mm.
I do think that it is fairly clear, as you guys have said. Like it is like the story is there. It's
Yeah.
not, but
yeah,
for the audience that maybe hasn't seen it,
Yeah, that's a good question.
what's the
a family vacations in a town of townspeople who
few.
are not who they seem.
yes,
Okay.
adventure ensues.
Yes.
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 When a family goes on a vacation.
I already said that in the first.
Yeah, I
sentence.
know. I think that is, and I would love to know the actual couple of sentences after we
What
get
is the
this.
what is the tag? What is the-
But I think you're onto something. Adventure ensues when a family takes a vacation where they discover this town has more to offer than just vegetables.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there is the writer had talked about in the documentary that I watched about how a lot of her friends were becoming vegetarian
Oh,
at the time of writing it. And so this was also a dig at her vegetarian friends, which is very interesting.
is the writer
Oh,
the
man.
wife of the director?
I don't know if still is, but was
Okay.
at the time.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
it was the partner. So There's a couple lines here, but I'm going to read the synopsis that's on Letterboxd. I think it gives a fairly clear for those of you that don't know. Chad's taking a bite of a burrito, please.
Totally. No meat. All vegetarian here, baby.
Oh, nice.
Vegetarian burrito right here.
Wow, respect.
A good thing, because otherwise we'd have to soak it in vinegar all night or something like that.
No, that was it.
We'd have to piss on it.
There was a line though that somebody says. I'll find it.
Yeah,
Because if
find
you
it.
do, we'll have to soak the meat in vinegar.
No, it's worse than that.
All right, here, find that. I'm going to read
Yeah.
the synopsis for Troll 2. Here we go. The tagline is, "The original boogeyman is back,"
Stop.
which doesn't, for those of you that have seen both. When young Joshua learns that he will be going on vacation with his family to a small town called Nilbog, he protests adamantly. He is warned by the spirit of his deceased grandfather that goblins populate the town. His parents, Michael and Diana, dismiss his apprehensions, but soon learn to appreciate their son's warnings. Guided by his grandfather's ghost, will Joshua and his family stand a chance in fighting off these evil beings?
Guided by his grandfather's ghost.
That's
is a big-
huge.
Yeah,
That's
that's
huge.
huge.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. Lot of cool effects. A lot of cool dual
Yeah.
exposure
Right.
things
Yeah.
with the grandfather.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
Yeah, because his family cannot see the grandfather for the most part, or don't believe that the son is actually seeing him. They're
Right.
like, oh yeah, he's not seeing it, but he knows he's there. He's like his imaginary friend. Is his nice
Until the
grandfather.
sister sees him.
Yes,
And then the dad still doesn't believe her, thinking you smoking dope again?
Yeah, that's right. The line that I was thinking is, it would be a shame. Blood would mix with the meat, and we'd have to put them in vinegar for the whole night.
okay. That's
And this is right after
They throw
the
the bag
police
of
officer
sandwiches.
throws a bag of sandwiches.
Yeah.
It says, there's sandwiches for tonight in here. It would be easier if you eat them. You'll make our work easier. Otherwise, we'll have to kill you violently.
That was the exact line. That is so great.
it's almost cue card level.
Yeah.
line.
Oh, it
Right.
really is. One of my favorite things about this, I mean, just to coincide with the horrible acting,
Yes.
and it does make more sense knowing the director, but
Yes.
The reactions to things happening in this movie, I think the one that came to mind more than any other is when, what was his name?
Joshua?
No, the friend who got turned into a tree.
Oh, Arnold.
Arnold's friend comes in after drinking the rancid milk. That milk was a bad choice that day for that guy. And
Anchorman reference.
Yeah, huh?
Anchorman reference.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And so he gets there, he's out of it. That makes sense. He sees his friend is now basically
Oh, wait,
a
no.
tree.
Arnold is the one that's the tree.
Arnold, yes.
Yeah.
So,
But
Arnold,
the other guy, I can't remember his name.
Nah, I don't
Yeah.
either. But
The guy who does the really light stretching before jogging,
yeah.
which I thought was just a really great
Oh,
scene
yeah.
too.
Oh, definitely. But he finds his friend that is basically into a tree at this point, takes off the mouthpiece. Great. Loved that.
Yes.
His friend's first response, who is a tree right now, he's like, "Hey man, get me out of here." There's no fear. There's no emotion behind that. He's like, "Hey, hurry up before that lady comes back. You should get me out. Just pull the pot.
Yeah.
Pull the pot." And there was just no emotion. I'm like, wow, okay. We're going to move past that.
That
Yes.
guy is apparently still an actor, right?
That's what. Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah, he was a real gem in that movie for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
definitely.
one of my favorite lines is
The one you sent
one
the
of
GIF of.
his. Yes, and it's the only GIF if you type in Troll 2. Yeah, any GIF thing, and it's him.
Oh,
which
no.
this is the line that I think is up for debate because I have seen
yes.
the movie 3 times.
Okay.
What is the line?
When what?
When
he-
he sees the girl turning into sludge,
Yeah, and it
he
zooms in on his
says,
face.
I will say before he says, "They're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me," and he goes, "Oh my god!"
Oh, yeah.
and then I think it cuts.
Yeah.
but I don't know. I always thought he says, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But people think it's gosh?
But people think it's gosh, which is goofier.
Hmm.
But I don't
think
know.
I would say in line with the rest of the dialogue of this movie, as well as the time period, I think it would make more sense if it was
This is
gosh. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Everything else dialogue wise pointed to that being the case.
Yeah.
You know, the dad seeing the dude on fire and being like, "Oh, geez," that makes sense.
Oh, geez.
After he was smited by a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Smited by Grandpa Seth.
Mm-hmm.
Who
I got
brings
one
a
more
lightning-
trick.
Yeah.
You know?
He had superpowers. It was awesome.
He did. They used the same lightning shot every time there was lightning too. It was
Yes.
the same one, the same shot, which I thought was
And
great.
there's quite a few of them at the end.
Yeah, the
And it happens-
seance brought a couple in too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should talk about Credence Leonore Gielgud.
Yes.
Oh gosh, that
Who
was great.
for me was my gem of the film.
Really?
Because she gives it 100 million%.
Oh, she does. Yeah.
It is unbelievable. Her eyes, her
Yeah.
eyebrows move in insane proportions.
Yes.
Yes.
I-
Her teeth are crazy.
Oh, teeth are great.
Yeah. She has one of the greatest scenes in the movie where she brings a corn on the cob
Yeah.
to the RV.
Oh man, you have to admit that was a porn. That was the beginning of a
Yes,
porn scene.
yes.
Hands down, the
Yeah.
music, which I really want to talk about. This movie had decent music. I actually
Yeah.
enjoyed the music,
Yeah,
but
that,
oh my
this
gosh,
music in that scene especially
you
was
can't
insane.
not think that. I
Yes.
think everyone who sees that scene is like, all right, and this is the beginning.
That's the thing is that there's a lot in the movie where you watch a scene and you expect it to go somewhere and then it goes
Yep.
in a way you can never imagine.
Right.
The pissing on the food scene.
Yes.
The hospitality scene.
Yeah.
The that scene.
The corn.
The
corn,
corn.
yeah.
It ends up
Well, I
ends up
do love
popcorn being
popcorn.
thrown.
She's like doing all these like movements with the corn.
Yes,
Yeah, oh,
it's
yeah.
very sexual.
Oh yeah.
And like you think something else is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like making out with the corn. And then
So hot.
Popcorn
Yes,
blasted.
which how much do you think of their budget was on popcorn?
There was a lot of popcorn there. There was at least 10 bags.
Yes.
10 bags of popcorn.
Is it filled up?
And
Like a
it's
lot of it.
clear that people are just
Chucking it. Yeah, that's right. Just throwing popcorn in from off camera.
Yeah, there certainly is an aspect of like we have to keep going,
Oh, yeah.
and we didn't actually think about how
Yeah.
this scene
Yeah.
was supposed to go.
Maybe, do you think the director was like, more popcorn? We need more popcorn.
Yeah, with an Italian accent, yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
And that's I think one of
more.
I think that is probably the biggest open ending. Like there's no conclusion with that. Like it shows him waking up in the popcorn. He spits out popcorn. He says, "No more popcorn," and then it never shows him ever again. And never talks about the RV ever again.
Yeah. Yeah, because his
He's
friend
gone
who
now.
drove the RV left with the family to
Yes.
come back
Yes.
home, assumingly. And to touch on that, a lot of open endings we just didn't hear. The family is just, they went and disappeared out of nowhere,
Yes.
right in front of the stones. And then we just cut straight back to them getting to their house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where are their keys? They gave the keys to the goblins. How are they getting in? How are they getting in their house, dude?
why are you thinking so hard?
Great question. Great question.
They did give their keys to the goblins.
They did.
Which we didn't even mention. This is a home exchange.
Hey, Chad,
I.
here, kiss the mic. Kiss.
Am I too far away? Hey, how's it going? Is this?
You don't have to get so hot and heavy.
Yeah. My favorite snack is popcorn.
There we go.
That was, I will say, I did love that line. You know,
Yeah.
we need, what did she say? We just need to heat things up, or we just need a little heat in here.
Yeah,
Or
I
something.
guess.
Oh gosh, that was so great. As soon as you said popcorn, I knew that was going to be the line.
But do you guys
going
have a
into it.
favorite line? Because I have a favorite line.
Ooh, favorite line.
I have a line that I quote.
I mean, piss on hospitality, but that might
That
be
was good.
cheating.
Yeah.
That one's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
There's nothing like
Yeah.
it that I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What's your?
My favorite quote is for sure, and I now say this anytime I'm in like a situation where I'm just like not really liking the vibe. I'll just look at someone and I'll say, "Joshua, start singing. Sing that song I like so much."
I don't want to sing. I don't care. Start singing.
Row, row, row.
Last song I thought he was going to
Yeah.
sing. The last song.
Exactly.
You know?
Everything
And
is that.
It does. It
Joshua,
very
start
much is.
singing.
Yeah.
Sing that song I like so much.
And
I don't wanna sing.
And then the whole family starts singing, and they're not. Like,
it's
all
terrible.
at different times.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
That's the nature of that song too. You skip a verse or you extend a verse so it's syncopated. You know? Oh man. Yeah, what a song to pick.
Yeah.
But speaking of, I did enjoy the music of that movie. There were some good songs to put in that.
Yeah.
Even the porno scene song. That was it was so on point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Once again, competent.
Yeah.
It was completely competent, and if anything, it was interesting.
It was.
in all of these things. It really just comes down to the writing and the acting is like what, and I guess the directing when you really think about it.
Yeah.
Because he did decide because they were like a lot of the actors were reading the lines and trying to talk to themselves about what the fuck they were going to say.
Yeah.
And he clearly was like, stop thinking so hard about this. There's a really funny story that was told by, what was her name? Connie McFarland, who plays Holly, the daughter. She was talking to, I forget, I think it was Elliot Cooper, was talking to that actor. And they tried to rewrite one of the lines. That was the, okay, the best line. Oh man, I don't have it written down right now.
Oh,
is
know it.
You know it? The balls.
I will probably. Oh yeah, I actually have it written down.
Yeah, you want to say it?
He'd cut off your little nuts and eat them. Was it that one?
Yes, that one. Yes.
When was that?
She's talking about
She nut taps him or something like that.
Elliot breaks into her room at the very beginning of the movie. The boyfriend.
Yes.
And she's like, my father doesn't like you. If he knew you were up here, he'll cut off your little nuts and eat them.
Oh my God.
He loves little, something like that.
Oh man, that is so funny.
Oh my God, I tried to find the line and I accidentally typed little butts and eat them.
Oh,
and then I found on Reddit, tiny butts are perfect.
Oh no.
I'm not going there. Oh God. I have to delete
Someone
this.
You should erase that from your search history.
Yeah, there's so many good lines. I mean, there's the free and unattached beautiful girls that they keep bringing up so many times.
Oh my gosh, so many times.
Free and unattached beautiful girls.
Oh yeah, they were just there to get laid the whole time.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Respect.
I love that the grandpa had to repeat the last sentence, like of every single line he has. He says twice, like he says at the end twice.
The amount of times the actor, or I guess the characters, clearly spoke what needed to be understood, and then the next actor goes, "What?" The son said, like everyone hold the rock, and the mom is like, "What? What more do you need to know than just touch the rock? You see him touching it already." There were so many times they did that. I thought it was hilarious.
Stonehenge.
Which, that's right.
Was that Stonehenge?
It was the missing piece.
Oh,
wait, actually? Is that what you think?
No, I just made that up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an interpretation.
But it would be it would make more sense.
It did feel like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Literally.
But her as a character, she came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
She does not fit in with anything else. Like, there's obviously in the first troll, there's the witch character.
I think that's probably the recurring theme linked to the first one, right?
Maybe.
I mean, because not seeing the first one, are there any other links that would link the two movies?
I can think of one. I can think of one thing.
Go.
The trolls turn humans into plant things.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that is true. Yeah. Because the first one did do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have a follow-up question. Troll is singular. Troll 2.
Yeah.
You said that in the first movie, the witch that's overtaken the hotel is a troll, right?
No.
Was a troll?
It was her wizard lover.
Wizard lover
Is a troll.
Yes.
And that troll is the one kind of...
He's basically turning the apartment building or whatever into the fairyland.
Right.
Yeah.
So in that sense also, would this lady be the troll? Is she the troll that's kind of doing all these things? She's the one who's making this potion. She's turning these people into plants.
Yeah, what's
she
the
seems
point?
to be making the goblins.
What's her name again? Credence?
Credence.
She transforms into a troll for about 15 seconds of the entire movie.
Whoa,
and that's
when?
never explained. When she busts through the window. And then she busts through the window and attacks Joshua. And then Grandpa Seth comes out of nowhere and cuts off her hand with an axe.
Yeah.
And then she's a troll and she's like, with a broken hand. And then she transforms back into her house, teleports back into her house.
Oh, you're
and
right.
It's her with a cut off hand.
That's a
and
really great point.
She sticks her hand in Stonehenge and it heals it.
Yeah.
And then she's
That's awesome.
not ugly anymore also after that.
Oh, she had a glow up.
Yeah.
For sure, dog. They were like, let's see some cleavage. All right, take the glasses off and let's get this sex.
Yeah, I will say there was a glow up in the first troll as well because the witch becomes a young witch.
That's right.
Yes.
At the end.
Okay.
And she's got this magic spear that she uses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So interesting. We got the witch glow up.
Yeah,
That's
the witch
another
glow up.
connection.
They're like, all right, for Troll 2, what do you want to do? Well, for sure, we got to get a witch
We got to
glow
go
up.
get a witch glow up.
Absolutely, first and foremost.
You know what the first troll was lacking that we got to put in Troll 2?
Yes.
Corncob sex scene.
Yes.
Corncob. Oh man. Oh, that was so great. Yeah.
Yes.
That
More
was
popcorn.
More.
More. How do you say more in Italian? Do you know?
It's in here somewhere.
Man. Yeah.
It's in here somewhere.
You got
Mucho.
You got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe has Italian blood,
Yes,
so I
it's
thought
true.
I thought he knew the entire language.
Yeah, people are frowning at me. It's probably really easy.
Mom or
I
dad's
don't
side?
remember mom's side.
That makes sense.
But anyway,
Can we go through more of our ethnicities? I think
More
this is good.
lineage talk
Yeah,
throughout
yeah. I
Troll
think
2.
this is actually good.
But I do think that would kind of make sense to me because we do not see trolls unless they're labeling troll and goblin the same.
well, here's
thing.
the thing, and this is the thing we haven't mentioned yet, is that they are not trolls, and they're not trolls, they are goblins because they live in the town of Nilbog, which is
Yes.
goblin backwards,
course.
obviously.
Yes, that was
And Joshua realizes that when he looks in the reflection of a
Oh,
rearview
cop
mirror.
car mirror. Yeah.
yeah. I think it was the rearview mirror or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
So
That's
great.
just classic shit.
And then
Yep.
he runs, and then an epic skate scene ensues where he hops on a skateboard.
Oh, yeah.
and pedals really hard, but goes really slow.
And then he pedals really hard to a right turn. To a right turn.
Where you-
immediately.
Makes a little bit of a tic tac, and then he stumbles upon a warehouse type thing,
And his first thought was, I should go in there.
and they're having a mass inside, or like a church
Yeah.
service. This vegan propaganda. This vegan propaganda church service. But then I thought to myself, why are they having a church service in this warehouse when there's a church that this witch lives in?
That's a good
Kick
question.
them out.
Yeah. They did say the building that looks like an old church.
But it is a church.
But it is basically a church. Yeah.
What I think is funny is that all of these goblin folk people have to hide.
Well, they have the mole
Yeah.
that is in the shape of a clover leaf.
Mhm.
Oh my god! What?
Yes,
Wait, you didn't know
this?
that?
I don't
All the
remember
moles
that.
look like
yes.
four-leaf
Yeah,
clovers.
that's,
Yeah.
they talk about
Yeah.
yes. They talk about that at the end. Yes.
They all have the mole with the shape of a clover leaf.
Yeah.
That's a line that Joshua says to you, and he's like, "Look, Dad, they're goblins.
Yeah.
They all have a mole with the shape of a clover leaf."
Yeah. I
If
will
we
say,
didn't know that already.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. But as I was watching the movie, I just thought to myself, like, how just oblivious can these parents be? As a parent, I'm like, how many red flags do you need? And then we get to the scene where the dad finally gets him out of this propaganda vegetarian church service.
She's not really going there, aren't we?
Yeah, and the dad still has like the best manners in the world. It was great meeting you guys.
Yeah.
But the son, I was just like, how many signs do you need? The people who were supposed to go to your house are still here. You got the moles. Nilbog, come on, man. And then the son goes through all of the reasons why the dad should be believing him, and the dad still doesn't believe him.
Yes.
I mean, he walks in on them force feeding them, like trying to
Chunky.
force feed. They're like holding down his child
Yeah.
and trying to force feed.
And he's like,
him.
hey, man.
What they say is ice
Hey.
cream, but
Yes.
vegans don't eat ice cream.
Yeah, well, their big thing was milk, too.
Chunky milk.
Chunky.
Oh, you remember our friend? I forget which one it was. Went to the shop. Went to like the general store.
Yes.
And he was dying from.
Exhaustion.
He ate
Yeah.
the
He had the green
sandwich.
sandwich.
Yeah, he ate
Yeah.
the sandwich, and
Sandwich
he
from
was
the
not
cop.
doing so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and they were offering him milk. That's basically all they had was this nasty
Yeah.
milk. Which
The whole
is-
general store was
Yeah.
milk and green.
That actor,
Kool-Aid.
that general store actor, is the best actor in the whole movie.
Yeah.
I recognize. I don't know why, but I thought I recognized him. And do I know him from something else?
he would have no.
Okay.
He would eventually go on to be in a psychiatric facility.
That makes
Oh.
sense. Then yes, then I do recognize him.
Yes.
Yeah, that does make sense.
There's a scene where in the vegan church, it like does this overhead shot of all of them, and he's like doing this like, and I'm like, whoa, dude, that guy's like going for it. He's like actually creepy. Like that's the only creepy thing in this whole movie.
Who? Okay, so that's a good question. Who do you think was the best actor in this movie? You think
That
it's the
guy,
general store?
yeah, the general store.
Okay,
guy.
what is
Like-
best? Is best just who we like the most,
Best,
or
I
best
think,
in the
most
technical
convincing,
way?
like
Yeah,
for
technical way.
me,
Okay.
if I'm watching a scary movie, like the one that it like actually like gives gives me a vibe, like is like an unsettling vibe, like especially in a movie like that. If the whole thing is just like corny to the next level, and then there's one character that I'm just like, ooh, like, that's
he
a
did,
little bit.
I will admit the general.
Like, that's a good actor for that.
That was. I'm surprised he didn't go on for.
He
an
maybe
acting
was
career.
not acting.
It might have been the psychiatric hospital he went to after
he
the
ended
fact,
up getting out, and he was totally fine. He was very happy.
Good for him.
Yes,
That's
yes.
good. Maybe the movie messed him up.
Yes.
Mine, I would say the criteria would be the actor you least thought to yourself, that's some bad acting.
Yes.
That would be what I'd consider the best actor. Maybe Grandpa for me.
For me, it's Grandpa.
Grandpa sold it. He was in it every time.
Yeah.
Every scene he was in it.
But he was a warm hug.
But what about that scene where he just like looks at the camera and goes, smile?
That's not his fault.
I might have missed it.
That's the director.
I will admit there were several breaking the fourth wall moments in this movie.
Yes.
The first one I noticed was the family when they got to the house swap.
Yeah.
The mom looked directly into the camera. I saw that.
She's looking for help.
Yeah. She's like, is this done? Are we done?
That's before or after the kid gets thrown a baseball that says
Before.
eat before we eat.
Yeah, dude. As they leave. Yeah, I love how they gave him clues. It's very nice of them.
Yeah.
You know, if they really wanted to get it done, they probably could have eliminated the clues. So
suspenseful, though.
So suspenseful.
That's what the movie needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think that this movie was any inspiration for the show that later came to be of House Swap?
I think you're thinking of Wife Swap, right?
Well, was it Wife Swap? Ah, man, I really just thought it was the houses. That's even crazy.
I think there was maybe a show that was changing houses too.
That's what I thought.
That's insane, though.
That is insane.
I'm blown away that they did that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And they were just okay with them just going to their home and doing whatever they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Really hard.
Yeah.
I can see, and plenty of people do exchange like student stuff, and they send their kid to go stay with a family like in Spain or something like that. And then, that sort of thing. But this was next level.
Yeah. Next level in that they didn't know anything about the family they were swapping the house for starters.
Yes, exactly. They got nothing out of it except for like an interesting time, I guess. They were like, oh, we're just going to go to a random little village.
How did they figure that out? How did they find this village?
Yes.
I know the husband was talking to the wife about it prior in the movie. I think I missed maybe if there was any explanation of how they discovered this town.
Yeah.
No, I
don't
think
think
probably
there's any
just
explanation of that at all.
The father being like, Nilbog has a tiny population.
Yeah.
He was listing facts to the wife, but never explaining how they figured this out.
He's on the phone with his business partner, I'm assuming, and he's just like, yeah, I'm going to this town called Nilbog. So can you handle that business for me? Okay, see you later. Like that's the whole conversation.
The realest business call I have ever heard.
Yeah. Yes. Just think, we're going to be farmers now. It's like almost word for word what he says. Yeah. Anyway, I think that the ending of the movie, when they bring back the baseball and the apples.
Mm-hmm. As soon as you saw the apples, you knew. Mm-hmm. You knew. They were on the middle of the table when they first got to the house in the first place. It's the same bowl and everything.
But is it real? Do you think that really happens? Or do you think that that's Joshua's dream that he has when he takes a nap?
Okay, that might be that. You know what? That's a great.
It's
real.
It's real.
I agree. He sees his mom eating an apple and he says, "I'm going to go take a nap." Then he goes upstairs, takes a nap, and then he comes downstairs and his mom's getting eaten by trolls, which they've banished to another realm already, right? So I'm thinking that maybe there's some kind of redeeming ending.
They needed to do some sort of crazy ending, and basically to unravel everything that they set up. So
it's a dream.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen K-Pax. Another great movie, highly recommend it.
K-Pax.
K-Pax, yeah. K dash all capitals P-A-X.
Okay.
The end of that movie too, you're wondering, wait a minute, is it this or is it this? I'll just, I'll say it. Is he an alien or is he not an alien? That's kind of the question. And so I thought to myself, did they kill the trolls or did they not get rid of the trolls?
Inception. Is it a dream or is it not a dream?
Exactly. Yes. And I like that aspect. Yes. I like leaving the person watching it up to wonder.
Yes. Yes, that is.
I liked that.
Yeah. They were they setting it up for a third one or a second Goblins?
No doubt.
I don't know.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Had to.
Would they call the next movie Goblins 2?
No.
Or they call it Troll 3?
Has to be Troll 3.
They said they would call it
Troll 2 Part 2.
Oh my God.
It still has not been made,
obviously. Would it be Troll 2 Part 2?
Yes.
Because of actually, is that French? That is French.
Yes.
Or it could be
Yeah.
tool,
Apologies.
like troll, but with a two.
Oh,
What?
If it was written down, you'd get it.
The R is
If you saw
The R is a W.
oh, that's great.
It's TWOLL.
I thought like the number 2, like the R would be the number
That's
2,
good.
which kind of you could make.
That's what I was picturing too. Actually, I think that would go, and it would have to be like T2 ROLL.
No,
R, you can't do the R.
Sorry, OLL, and then another 2.
Yes.
Because it's Troll 2 Part 2.
Yeah.
There's got to be 2 2s in it.
Yes.
In the midst of this, I actually discovered what my favorite line is in the movie.
Yeah.
So for those who haven't seen it, there's this point where the kid is transported to the witch's old house that looks like. Can you hear me now?
Keep talking.
The kid in the middle of a seance is
Smells like cat shit over here.
it does smell like cat shit over here.
Cat shit?
I actually
Or
don't
did they
know if the
piss?
cat peed or shit. I could look if you'd like.
Would you mind?
Yeah.
Oh no, the mic. Oh no, the
Before I
mic.
get over there.
Okay, you just finished his.
It might be the
Poop
burrito,
burrito.
actually, that I'm smelling.
It
It's
might
a
have
little
been.
beefy smelling, so I'm not sure.
But there's no beef in it. It was a vegetarian.
There's a lot of poop in there. There is a lot of poop in there. Could have very well been a shit. I will say, my favorite line: the son, they're in a seance.
Okay, all right. You're gonna take 3 seconds to swallow. Okay,
Fair.
you got a
It's
liquid.
so dry
Yep,
right now.
yep. Put the
Okay.
liquid in.
Mm-hmm.
Drink the green liquid.
Yeah.
I will say, while he's saying that, I do have another honorable mention line, which
Please.
is at the beginning.
Mm.
This is at the beginning.
I was like, you take my line.
No, Joshua's in bed. His mom comes in. This is right after Grandpa Seth disappears for the first time. The rocking chair is
Mm-hmm.
rocking, and she says, "Grandpa Seth lives on in all of our hearts, but he's gone now. You must banish him from your mind."
Oh
But
man.
isn't that just like a direct like Google Translate?
Yeah,
you know,
there-
from Italian.
I think there were a
You
lot
know?
of those moments.
It
There were a
feels-
lot of moments where I'm just like, this isn't what American
Exactly.
would use.
Yeah. It's like very colorful
Mhm.
language, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like reading an old book or something.
Yeah.
So my favorite line, the scene is they're having a seance to talk to Grandpa Seth again after he had been banished back to not hell. And then because the guy's like, I'm gonna banish you to hell. And then the kid is like, Grandpa, are you in hell? And he's like, no, but I got one more trick up my sleeve. And then the lightning.
Convenient.
Yeah. But then so they're trying to get their grandpa. Everyone hears his voice at this point, and then Seth is no, I'm sorry, not Grandpa Seth. The kid is transported to the witch's house, right?
Yes.
He gets there, and then Grandpa Seth is also there in person, gives him a backpack, and says, do not open this until it is
Yes.
absolutely necessary, okay? And I'm thinking to myself, what could this possibly be? What could it be? And then we get to a point where the witch is picking the kid up. And I'm like, well, dang, if you were going to open the backpack, now would be the time. He opens the backpack and he goes, wow, a double-decker bologna sandwich. Let the record show. This was a quintuple decker. They put the entire pack of bologna in between 2 pieces of bun and then maybe a tomato in the very center. Largest bologna sandwich I've ever seen in my entire life. Also the last thing I was expecting. And
He is saved by a double-decker bologna
he is.
sandwich.
He is saved by a double-decker bologna sandwich. I think I'm going to incorporate a double-decker bologna sandwich into my speech just in regular life, you know? Instead of saying that's bullshit, I'm going to say that's just a bunch of double-decker bologna sandwich, you know? That's a big double-decker bologna sandwich right there. That's, I think, my favorite line.
Okay.
Saved by a double-decker bologna sandwich.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Does this movie give you hope that you can really not like make a creative like try something out creatively and not fail?
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
It makes it feel like anything is possible. I think that's what I'm getting at.
All right, next question. Do you think if we made a movie, us three made
Yes.
a movie right now with very little prep, do you think it would be better or worse than that movie?
Worse.
Okay.
Only
that's
because
that's a very honest answer.
only because I don't know if we have the skills yet to
Reach the level.
reach at least the the competent
Yes.
level of,
And that's a great point.
Yes.
That is a great point because there's a lot of things in this movie that do make it the worst movie ever made. But as you said, there are several redeeming qualities. If the sound was bad, dude, it would be it would not even
if
be on
things
the
were
list.
out of focus,
Out
the
of
whole
focus,
time.
yeah,
Like
lighting,
yeah.
You know, there was an actual story through this,
Yeah.
you know, so that is actually a fair point.
Yeah.
And I love the honesty.
Yeah.
I don't think the same.
I just hate myself.
I do think that we would make a better movie. I truly do believe we can make a better movie.
Yeah.
But that is, I love the answer.
Can you think of a worse movie than Troll 2?
Ooh.
I think I can.
I think I could too.
Because the thing is, I
don't know if I can.
I don't think this movie is bad. I think it is strange.
Very strange. Yeah.
That is more what it is to me. Because it's entertaining as all hell.
Oh, definitely.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's very enjoyable to watch. I think there was no point I was watching it that I wanted to turn it off.
Right.
Yeah. That's a great point.
And there is so many movies that I've watched that I'm like, well, I'm in this and I hate it.
Yeah. Have you ever turned off a movie?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've done that more with TV shows.
That makes more sense.
But movies, I mean, there have been a few movies that I've been in the movie theater. I'm like, I'm about to walk out.
Yep.
But I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
There was a movie I was thinking of in the relative near past that I was blown away with how bad that I thought it was, that I almost walked out of the movie. For the life of me, I cannot think of what movie it was. But I would assume that would be my answer. But since I can't think of it, Troll 2 is the worst movie I think I've ever seen. Yeah.
I mean, there are so many more movies that I would like. I would much rather watch Troll 2 over. Like there's, I would like,
Yeah,
I would enjoy Troll 2 over so many other movies that I can think of. So
I love that. What do you think? Because of there was a lot of redeeming qualities of this movie, like we were stating.
Yes.
What do you think the unredeeming qualities of those other movies that you would watch less than you would this one that characterize it as a worse movie?
It's not that. It's more that I find it an entertaining movie, and there are other movies that I find less entertaining.
I love that.
Yeah,
okay,
and
good answer.
I'll jump in and say, for me, it's just because the other ones are boring.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? I think the most important quality of a movie is if it's entertaining.
Yes, exactly.
It could have the worst acting, and trust me, it does.
It does. It does.
It could
It's
have
bad.
terrible effects, and it does.
Yes.
There are some effects I actually really liked in this movie, and some were just the worst.
I think
goblins were terrible.
I think
my
the
gosh.
fact that it's practical, thank God, because that's the thing is I think it's harder to find movies like this now because you end up getting just garbage computer animated effects,
Yep.
which are not endearing in any way.
Yeah, I
they
agree.
just suck.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that, I think that the fact just digital has that ability to make things worse in general.
As it has the ability to make things better,
Yeah.
there's a big other side of the coin as well.
Yeah, because it
It's a
ends
great
up being
point.
like, we're just going to rush it.
Right.
And rushing computer effects is worse than rushing practical effects.
Yeah, 100%. And we see that in movies. You'll go
Yes.
back and watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ooh, which one? The first
The
one?
one with Davy,
Davy Jones?
No, the one with the octopus dude.
Yeah, Davy Jones.
There you go.
Dead Man's
Mind blowing.
Chest. Is it-
Absolutely
it's very
mind
good,
blowing.
yes.
The effects of that are fantastic.
Yes, yes.
When was that made?
2008.
Look at some of the movies we see nowadays.
I know.
It is insane that they look worse than
I
it
know.
did in 2008.
Yeah.
I would like to see more movies push practical effects.
Yes.
I would love to see a turn of more practical effects. I think we've gotten an overexposure of computer generated heavy movies that
Yes.
are obviously lacking because of how fast they need to get things out. With a lot of prep, you could build all of these practical effects, and then the filming process as well as the editing process would be much shorter if you already had everything at hand. So I hope to see a big push in practical effects in the future. That would be great.
Yeah. I mean, it's like how Jurassic Park still looks pretty damn good.
It does look
because
good.
it's a mix of practical and computer
Yes.
effects.
Mhm.
And the computer effects, much like Jaws was for practical effects,
yep.
it hides a lot of the digital effects
Yeah.
in darkness,
Yes.
in shadows.
Yeah.
Some of those, some of those spots that computer generated stuff just doesn't look that good in.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And it really leans on the practical effects. The Stan Winston effects that he did a lot of like the creatures and things for a lot of movies. And you can tell like that's where those sorts of things shine. So yeah, I hope that we dive back into that. I know that Guillermo del Toro, the director of like the new Frankenstein, he did Pan's Labyrinth, Pinocchio. He really leans into practical and loves the practical, and so we hope for more.
Yeah, very excited for Frankenstein.
Very
excited. I saw like a little thing about it with I had no idea Christian Bale is in it. I know that's silly to say.
No,
because,
you're thinking of the other movie.
am I?
You're thinking of Maggie Gyllenhaal's Bride of Frankenstein movie called The Bride.
Oh yeah, I did see a Christian Bale as Frankenstein.
Yes,
and he's like pointing a gun at one point, and I was like, "Is
that's
this
a
the new
different
Frankenstein movie?" I'm glad you could clear that up for me. And no one else knew that I didn't know that.
So that's Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride.
Oh, interesting.
And it's about the bride of Frankenstein. And obviously, it's a very different sorts of movie.
Yeah.
Is that a practical heavy movie?
It seems like it.
I would have pictured, with
it's got a very Sin City kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
So it's very effects heavy in that way. Like it's moody, right? Which is a little different.
Interesting.
And then Guillermo del Toro is making Frankenstein starring Oscar Isaac and Jacob Elordi, who was in like Saltburn and a few other things. He's kind of like the heartthrob of today.
Hot
Good.
guy.
Yeah, hot guy. And so he's playing
Thank God Frankenstein had a hot guy in it.
Well, speaking of
I would
hot
not
guys,
want that.
speaking
no,
of practical
please.
effects and Troll 2,
Hot guys and Troll 2.
I think like one of a big redeeming quality of Troll 2 is I think as corny as the movie is, the sets aren't that corny.
I think the
or
sets
if
was
really
great.
bad at all. And they do a lot of like on location in the woods,
Yes.
like on roads, like actually driving cars on roads and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which looks really good.
Yeah.
Like it looks really good.
Yeah,
actually.
even small scale, like her house. I really loved the layout of her house, how they designed that. That was great.
Yeah.
It like just and maybe filming on location helped out a lot with that. I'm sure her house was not on location, and if so, they had to obviously do that up. But
You're talking about the witches.
yes.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Credence Leonore Gielgud.
Credence Leonore Gielgud. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure her house was definitely heavily designed by the crew. But for instance, when the kid goes into the vegan church service, that they could have just found an old building, and they were like, all right, this is trashed enough. Let's just film here.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the fact that they're just on location like that, they picked this random town. I love that. I love knowing that.
We in that scene also it just came to mind as the only jump scare in the whole movie where he's looking through the hole and then the hand comes up and grabs him in the face.
I really liked
and
that.
That was good.
Yeah. No. Well, second jump scene is when the kid goes to the mirror in the sister's room again, and the goblin jumps through the mirror.
Right.
And I will say, I actually liked that special effects almost the most out of the movie. Is that sequence of the goblin jumping through, Grandpa cutting the hand, it being rewound where the goblin is sucked back into the mirror, it's fine again, and then it cuts to her, and she was the goblin or whatever. Her arm is cut off. But I really like that sequence of special effects. I thought they did a great job with that.
The movie did a good job of ramping up the tension and a great like final battle. Like they knew how to keep turning up the temperature. There was no point where it felt like that's the thing. There was no lull.
There wasn't
in
a
the
movie.
movie.
I agree.
Yeah. Do you
I
think
the
was there a part?
lull is kind of I think this like I kind of feel like the scene like the corn scene is
You're wrong.
kind of the lull.
No, I would say
It's
debatably
not.
one of the best scenes. I'd say this movie would not be as good as
watched
it is
it 5
without the
times.
scene.
I
Yeah.
think
How many times?
I mean, in terms of like the plot,
If you're saying, is it important to the plot? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But they had to do something with those kids.
Yeah.
They couldn't just leave them. They still did, but it's almost like they bridge a small gap. Like
I'm
they're
not
still
hating on the scene by any means. I'm just saying I don't feel like it. I don't think it builds the tension. I feel like it does kind of. It feels a little bit like a plateau.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But were you bored in it?
No.
There we go.
I like that.
Yeah.
I will say, I was thinking to myself, like, about the story in the midst of finding out that the boyfriend has not shown up at 8:00. They waited an hour and a half for him. And then his plan, which we later find out, was to get an RV and bring his friends against his girlfriend's wishes, was like, I
It was
thought to
gonna go
myself,
great.
yeah, I was like, what was the point of that? And then I was like, you know what? These parents and this family are so oblivious that if they had this boyfriend, he might be figuring it out too fast. And so they had to keep him preoccupied with his friends. I thought at first until the end when the boyfriend is with the family and he's just as oblivious as the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. It was so great. But again, it didn't necessarily take away from by that time, I was already in the world of this movie.
Yes.
And which included the obliviousness, the cheesiness. And so it just fit right in.
I think is something that's very important is the fact that they're starving the whole movie, right?
They didn't
the
eat once.
family is starving
What
the
did
entire
they eat
movie.
the entire
And
time?
every time they get offered food, it's like cakes
Yep.
and Kool-Aid and like weird, disgusting
When you're
looking
hungry,
sweets.
isn't that what you want?
They're like,
Ice cream.
they prepared us a whole feast, and it shows the table, and it's just
Several
a bunch
different-
of cake and Kool-Aid, and it's like,
And you know,
not
that
really a
Kool-Aid.
feast.
you
There
know,
was
the
a red
writer and
Kool-Aid.
director was just obviously thinking, like, what is the most delicious thing?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, it's that. What, like, that's what a hungry
Cakes.
person.
I love cakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Delicacies.
Yeah.
Credence has her ancient recipe, which is a cake.
Yes.
and
It
gives
is a cake.
gives it to the
Yeah, of course. I
family.
loved her using the word ancient also.
Yes.
They
Yes.
really had to beat it into us that she's very old.
Yeah.
My question is when they first got to the house of the strangers, there is everything on the table that's green. There is red apples, which does come into play later on at the very end of the movie. And there's red Kool-Aid. If they drank the red Kool-Aid, would they have been
Oh, I
fine?
didn't think about that.
If they eat the red apples, would they have been fine?
I don't know.
The apples,
She
I'd
eats
say
red
less,
apple
though.
at the end.
She does eat a red apple at the end, but like you said, is that just the boy's dream?
I mean, he eats corn, and he gets corned up.
He does get corned up, but she
Corned
was
up,
there.
baby.
And he doesn't get turned into anything. I think what happens is she's about to bang him. Maybe she's lonely. She's old. We established. And then maybe turn him into the plant thing, whatever. But she gets called back because the little kid has arrived at her house. I think she probably has an inclination, right? And that's in the moment where he is just left in the popcorn like, okay, I'm done with the popcorn. I'm done.
Yeah, well, she gets Joshua is like messing stuff up at her house,
Yes.
and she becomes ugly
Aware.
again.
Oh,
She becomes ugly again, and that's why she leaves. Because she's like scrambling out of the RV and looks in the mirror and screams.
I didn't even think about
And
that.
then she goes back and does the final battle.
Yeah, you're
So,
right. That makes so much more sense. What was he messing up that made her ugly again?
I think
Old,
he's
not
touching
ugly.
the stone with Grandpa Seth.
Watch
You're
it.
right.
He and Grandpa
You're
Seth
right.
are holding hands, but not really because they didn't film it at the same time.
Yeah.
Clearly.
The
is a
hands
fact.
are like this, and
You know what's interesting
they're
with the
touching
grandpa?
the stone, and then she turns ugly again because they're touching the stone.
That makes more sense.
Does it?
Yeah, oh, definitely. That bridges all the gaps, baby. When the grandpa was like, what did he say to Joshua that led Joshua to believe he had to touch the stone? I know he said that we got to touch the stone, but he said all together or something.
There are
was
two
some-
things. There are
Yeah.
two things that can defeat the goblins, but he says both of them are the only thing that can defeat the goblins. The two things are, and they have to be done together.
I love that we have the lore expert for Troll 2 here.
The notes he has
Yes,
is ridiculous.
they are.
It's absolutely insane.
What do we got?
All they have to do is touch the stone all together, and only the power of goodness can destroy them.
Yes.
All they
That-
have to do is touch the stone all together, and
together.
only the power of goodness can destroy them.
It's true. Is that what Grandpa said?
That's
'Cause
what Grandpa says.
Okay.
And then Joshua also
Repeats
says, only the power of goodness can destroy them.
Yeah, I must have missed Grandpa saying that because when Joshua said that, I was like, yeah, totally. That makes sense. That checks
I will
out.
say, I will say for Halloween, you and your son should go as Grandpa
Oh
and
my
Michael.
gosh.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be really
you
great.
be Michael and he be Grandpa.
That would be
Oh,
great.
that's even better.
Just the floating head of Grandpa
Yes.
in the
Yes.
mirror, that would be really great.
Oh my God, that would be really strange.
I do have a note here about how they show a goblin fall down the stairs multiple times in like the scene where the family's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
chased by. It's like the same shot multiple times of the goblin like tumbling down the stairs
It's a
while they're
hard
getting
shot to
chased
get.
down that. Yeah,
Oh man. They did that right off the bat too with the dude somersault in the very beginning story that Grandpa was telling Joshua.
Yes.
They re-showed that somersault like 4 times.
I will say, watching that opening scene made me really concerned at the quality of the movie. I was like, oh
100%.
no, this is going to be so bad. And it
Yeah.
wasn't as bad as the beginning. Like, that was definitely the.
Oh, is it? I feel like it does kind of stay that bad.
Do you think?
But there's
Yeah.
less. There's less. No,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with Ryan.
The freckles on the
The freckles were ridiculous. That was insane.
It's it's just a fantasy world.
Yeah, but with more of the fantasy world entering our view, even though it's just as bad or just as cheesy, it takes away from the cheesiness. It takes away from the bad.
Yeah.
In that first scene, they're in the wilderness. We have organic nature around them. So obviously, I think any of these cheesy special effects that we have are going to be highlighted even more so.
Yeah.
But when we go into our house, it's all the same cheesy effects, but we're surrounded by those cheesy effects, and it all kind of fits.
Yeah.
I think the biggest like thing that throws you off about the intro of that movie is like you're expecting a horror movie and then it's showing this forest. It's like a horror scene, but it's not a scary forest.
No.
And it's broad daylight.
It's
and
right.
the monsters are just being shown like in full on in the shot.
Oh,
There's like
yeah.
no mystery at all.
Yeah.
And they're not scary.
They're
And so
not.
It's just
Not
like
even a
this
little-
combination of just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah. It would have been a lot better, I think, if it was at night.
Yeah. Oh,
It would have looked, I mean, even the goblins would have looked
Or if
better.
they just had quicker shots, like
I
they
agree.
didn't really even show that much
Yes.
of the goblins.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
it would be better. And then there are scenes where it just shows the goblins that are clearly not even costumed people. They're just like the costume.
They're stationary.
Yeah.
Yeah, automatic. Absolutely. Like when there was one goblin that was like at one point just getting shot, I
Yeah.
think by lightning
It's getting
bolts.
zapped by lightning.
Yeah. Like it looked like they were shooting it with a
And it's
gun.
just- yeah.
And it's just stationary.
Yeah.
It's obviously on a mannequin.
Yeah.
Was there a
Well, they're not going to shoot an actor with a gun, but
Rust.
I would say it.
That sounds like they're not very dedicated, to be
They're not going to
honest.
shoot an actor with a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Definitely
true.
not.
Yeah.
Was at one point there a gigantic goblin, or were they just very close to a goblin head? I thought for sure, I was like, did they get a gigantic goblin head when they were all touching the stone at the end? Was there a giant goblin that jumped in, or was it just like a close up? I couldn't tell because it's interesting. A lot of scenes nowadays, not now a lot, but every once in a while you get a scene where both objects are in focus, even though they're at different distances away from the camera.
Yes.
And so that might have been what it is. There's
Yeah.
goblins behind it and the close-up goblin face. That's both in
Yeah,
focus.
there is I forget exactly what it's called, but that's a very classic, like they've got lenses that have that dual focus. I know Martin Scorsese does that
Uses
in
it.
his movies a lot. So it is like a very classic sort of effect. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that right there.
That would
I
make
don't
more
remember.
sense to me. I was like,
Yeah.
why is there a gigantic goblin all of a sudden? Yeah, that was
But
interesting.
it was very Lord of the Rings, like how they filmed Frodo and Gandalf.
Yes.
Forced perspective,
Oh,
as
yeah.
they say.
Yes.
Yes.
One of the things, talking about special effects, I really thought when the goblin jumps back through the mirror and it shows the witch with her hand cut off and it's like bleeding. I don't even know if it was green at the time. Now that I'm thinking about it, but
that one is.
that actually looked good.
Yeah.
Her arm being cut off, they did a good job. It's too dark to see all those things that we saw in the forest of the goblins
Yeah.
looking terrible. But prior to that, when Grandpa cuts off the goblin's hand before it's sucked back into the mirror,
It's bad.
Terrible.
It's clearly like a paper mache.
It's
like
so
you can
clearly.
see- there's so
It's
many
like,
things
it's like shattering.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
No blood.
It's like bread.
There's
Yeah.
also a scene where the Arnold character and that girl that he tackles in the woods, which will avoid that
is
conversation.
another point.
They are drinking the tea that, and then she like chokes on it and drops it, and it just spills out a bunch of dry ice.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought and that just showed me, I'm like, man, they really thought out some of these things. And then it seems like
They really
other
did.
things, the
Yeah.
director's like, good enough. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You know?
We got to move on. We're
Mhm.
losing light,
Mm-hmm.
as they say in the biz.
There's no
Yeah.
lighting crew. They're just
Yeah.
using the sun.
Yes, exactly.
Very apparent.
Yeah, thank God the movie was not like as in day. Well, I mean, obviously there's a lot that takes place in the daylight.
A lot.
But thank God it wasn't like the opening. Like
Yeah.
it did get moody. It did get
It did.
dark.
Yeah.
And thank God for it.
I think straight up, if you just put a night filter on like
Yeah.
half the scenes of the movie, it would drastically improve the movie.
That's
I
really,
think it would bring in,
it
I
is
think, a real eeriness.
some color grading.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think if a lot of these things were shot at night, it could drive the horror
Yeah.
theme a little more. Obviously, it wasn't scary seeing the goblins in that forest in the day. I would
I'm
laugh my
curious.
ass off.
What is the rating? Is it PG?
Oh,
Oh,
that's a good
great
question.
rating. There's no
it
nudity
wasn't-
and
I
there's
think
very
it
few
was
cuss
in the
words.
theater. Yeah, what is it?
Closest thing to nudity is the witch glow up scene.
I was gonna say the mom. Remember
Oh my
when the
gosh,
mom's
you're
getting
right.
eaten?
She's the green sludge all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
it.
there's
Yeah.
breasts.
And
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
boobies in there. Absolutely.
Right in the last 2 seconds of the movie.
Yeah.
They're mannequin boobies.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
It's clearly a mannequin that doesn't. It's
The director's like,
yeah.
we haven't shown boobs yet?
PG-13.
PG-13? When was it made?
1990 is when it was
90.
released. Yeah.
Now, how common is PG-13 rating in 1990? To be honest, from my memory,
It's
I feel like a lot of...
starting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because a lot of movies that I've seen that are older movies actually have a PG rating. When like a common one, a PG rating for a movie with nudity in it would be Vacation. Like any one of those vacation movies was National Lampoon's Chevy Chase. You know, there's like the mom has a full topless scene at one point coming out of the shower. Not, I mean, but and it has a PG rating.
Do you know what the movie was that changed ratings forever?
No.
So the kind of like the last major PG that should have been PG-13 movie, Temple of Doom.
Oh.
Temple of Doom.
So when the heart gets ripped out of the chest, it's
very graphic.
seriously violent and graphic film,
Yeah.
and that was when they decided like, okay,
Yeah.
there wasn't. I don't even think there was a PG-13 rating yet.
Really?
And so that's when
It's either
soon
that would
after
make sense, right?
Yeah.
It's like, does this person need parental guidance or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not that it's up to the age. It's
Yeah.
just do they need parental
Yeah.
guidance? That's so interesting.
Yeah.
They did a good job of that. The special effects were fantastic in
Oh,
that
and
scene.
in
now that
Temple
I'm
of
thinking
Doom?
about it.
Oh,
yeah, dude, absolutely.
yeah, they went
the
all
still
in.
beating heart and
Yeah.
everything. I think that might have even just been the actor. But regardless,
Yeah.
they did such a great
I
job.
think about it all the time. I
Yeah.
think about
I need to rewatch those movies.
the hand going
Yeah.
into the chest.
Yeah.
is
Totally. Yeah. When was Temple of Doom made?
84. I'm pretty sure.
84.
Yeah.
Speaking of violent scenes, though, the scene where she cuts down Arnold with a chainsaw and he giggles.
Yeah. What is up with
I don't
that?
understand.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
like, is,
Yeah, that's a
is
good
this
question.
some Italian thing? I don't want to be Italophobic. I'm like, what is
Those
this?
Italians.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. I forgot about that. Yeah, that is very weird. No explanation either.
She says it's going to tickle, and then he starts laughing, and then she blends him up, I'm assuming.
Oh,
Yes.
that is
Yeah.
absolutely what happened. But that's actually a really good point. I didn't hear her say this is going to tickle.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so
she says-
maybe
she tells him that. it's
I could see
gonna
the director being like, "What do people do when you tickle them?"
tickle. Yeah.
They laugh, of
Yeah.
course. So that or his mind had been breached by wood.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
the
think about
front
if you were
cortex of his brain.
like if you were Stone,
Yeah.
like getting hit with a pickaxe.
Oh, Stone.
Is that more ticklish? You know?
Oh,
I
that's
feel like that would
interesting-
hurt.
Oh, you think a pickaxe would hurt?
I mean,
If you were a big stone.
if you were
Yeah.
bone,
Okay. Yeah.
would it, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
There's no
it's
nerve
like-
endings on your bone.
Think about just think about your body chipping away into little flakes.
Why are
All
you
right,
making me
let's
think
bring
that?
this further. Let's bring this further. Let's really dive into this. Where
Okay.
are your nerve endings? Where do they rest on your
Are
body?
you talking about as a rock or
as a
as a
human?
now?
As a human.
Uh,
Probably like
but
all of them are in your butt. All of your most sensitive. It's like right off the surface, right? All your nerve endings are towards like the ends of your body, right? Towards the right. He's a tree at this point. His skin is turned into bark, so his nerve endings are probably gone.
Yeah,
all right.
true.
So it's probably like when you get numbed and they're going to do
And it
surgery. You don't
tickles.
really feel it. It feels like pressure, if anything,
Mhm.
and it would be vibrating pressure.
I guess. I mean, yeah. I think once you turn into a
Actually.
tree, though, it's kind of over. Like I don't know. I don't know why he wants his friend to drag him outside.
Yeah. What are you going to do at that point?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
now drag me back to the RV. Now
Yeah.
drag me to work tomorrow. Now drag me home from work. You know what I'm saying?
That's weird, Bob. You have a tree in your
Yeah.
office that you bring back to your house every single day. Yes, my buddy.
No, it's
The
Arnold.
tree? It's Arnold. Who's Arnold? It's tree.
Listen, Arnold, we're gonna have to let you go. You can't work like you used to. You just,
I hate to break it to you.
yeah, you're a tree now.
Yeah.
Now you're telling us we have to water you every week?
Yeah.
Jeez.
No thanks.
Green sludge. She was also watering him with the green sludge.
Wow. We have been talking for over an hour.
I
Wow.
think there is so much more to talk
How
about with
long
this
is
movie.
how long is the movie? An hour and a half?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
a little
we're
over,
getting
I
very
think.
close
Yeah.
to.
We could have depicted the entire movie in this time.
Yeah, exactly. We could have acted it out.
Yeah. Ooh, that
I
would've been
kind of
great.
did.
Yes, which
Yeah,
I
agreed.
appreciate.
Yeah, you were the
Um,
closest to it with all
yeah.
the notes.
Trying to think of another line.
Is there something that is like the most memorable? I know there's like the famous line or whatever, but what's like visually, what's the one thing that sticks out to you the most? Or it doesn't necessarily only have to be visual per se, but like the one scene of this movie that you'll probably never forget about.
I think the eyes of Credence. There is something about like the like it's I mean, her face just moves in ways that one can only wish.
Do you think she was wearing dentures?
Oh,
I do.
yes.
I
Okay,
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
something
Because
like that.
you can, well, yeah, I was going to say, you can kind of tell when she speaks and when she talks, the lip goes so far up the gums that it doesn't seem natural.
Like it was messing with her speech at all, though.
It did not
Yeah,
seem
so
like
maybe
it
it
was
was
messing with
just
your
dirty,
speech. That's a
dirty
great,
teeth.
yeah. Maybe, I mean, people have gums.
You know,
and
she would
teeth
end
sometimes.
up becoming the receptionist or assistant to a sitting congressperson.
Really? Wow. Could you imagine a resume? The congressperson
Yeah.
looking at the resume?
That's the interesting.
Anything
I
I'd know you from?
Yeah.
Actually, have you seen Troll 2?
That's the interesting thing about so much of
They're
this,
like,
and I'm happy
Good,
that I kind of read some of this in preparation. It's just when a movie fails, and a lot of them thought like, okay, you know, this would be successful or
course.
whatever, and all of a sudden it's gone, and kind of they don't put it on the resume, they don't do anything, and people just have to keep going. For it to come back later is interesting, and it's similar to a lot of art in the past.
I agree.
You know, I don't think Vincent van Gogh got his
Appreciation when he was alive.
exactly.
Yeah, until much later.
And so we're lucky that that we have that.
Yeah.
Midnight movies, I think, are just a popular thing. You know, we have Rocky Horror, we have The Room, we have Troll 2.
Yeah.
And so it's exciting to have movies like this and to have freaky deaky.
Yeah, I think it's necessary.
Yes.
We need this side of the movie spectrum
Yes.
to appreciate the other sides.
Yes.
Okay. And in turn, learn to appreciate all sides.
Yes.
You know, like we did with this movie.
Oh.
I really thought this was going to be the worst movie.
Yeah.
And I left being entertained. And
Yes.
that is the most important part of this movie.
I'm going back.
I might.
Yeah.
I think I might have to check out Troll.
It might be a Halloween. It might be like an annual Halloween kind of movie.
Yeah. This is definitely something I'm going to show my wife.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, and what do you think?
Her synopsis would be, I think she's probably going to just bust her phone out right off the bat.
Respect.
I'll be like, hey, you want to watch a movie with me? And she'd be like, yeah.
She
And I'll
respects
be
her
like,
time.
thanks, that's great. I'll turn it on and she'd be like, what is this? And I'll explain the tagline that we heard.
Yes.
And then she will immediately go into TikTok.
Yes.
So I'll get the second viewing of it. My son got the viewing of it. For those who, my 15-month-old son got his first viewing of this movie today. He was guided by a parent. Don't worry.
PG-13.
PG-13, baby. Wait a minute. 13 months. Anyways, yeah. So this is definitely something that opened my eyes to entertainment. Absolutely. Yes. Whereas I went in with one viewpoint, I came out with another, and that's great. I think that's the most important part of movies.
I want to thank you, Joe, for bringing it to my attention.
I'm going to be honest. I want to thank you too. When I saw the little thumbnail you sent us, and I audibly said, "Oh no." Oh God! When we talked about doing this podcast about a movie, I was like, man, I can't wait to see whatever movie they pick, and I was blown away.
A little bummed.
I was not bummed. I was just like almost worried. Yes. I was almost worried.
Well, I think that this is a movie that if you, I feel like it's one of those movies that you kind of need to experience alone at some point, but it definitely is better to experience in like a rowdy screening.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to a rowdy screening of this.
And I would highly, highly recommend that. But I think for your for your first time watching it, go to a rowdy screening.
Yeah,
go to your
absolutely. I highly suggest that. It would be a lot better. There were times where I like almost, not that I lost interest per se, but other things in my life were happening and I turned away from the movie. And I mean, the things we were talking about, like you saying that the grandpa said that the power of goodness first, like I missed that part. And so there's things that you're going to miss if, you're not totally in it, but I feel in a crowd, you would be more into it. Everyone's doing the same thing at the same time. That's the only thing happening. I say that's how you should enjoy this movie.
Definitely in a group setting, things are funny, like things that you wouldn't laugh at out loud when you're alone. You will laugh out loud with a group because someone else is laughing out loud.
Yes.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Get
Definitely.
your Troll 2 costumes ready.
I thought you were going to, when we talked about dressing up, I thought Ryan was going full troll.
I know. I thought about it. I wanted to do a whole, I wanted to paint my face as something.
Yeah.
I almost was a demon. I almost came as a demon.
Man,
I even thought about contacts.
But, I mean, think about how
brave.
easy the goblin outfit would have been.
I know.
It would have. You could have done this and then just the
I
goblin
wish
head.
that it wasn't until you were walking up that I even thought about having green around my mouth.
Yeah.
Just looking like I just got into like a lot of.
That would have been great.
And then I
got
could like
fed a bowl of sludge.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a sandwich with green icing between
Exactly.
the two buns.
But he takes tiny. You notice he takes the tiniest bite out. And he's like, this is delicious.
Same with Josh when he destroys the double-decker bologna sandwich. There, he takes like 1,000 tiniest bites in the world. It's insane. It is so funny. But yeah, that I think the next time we do this, I will try to dress up as one of the characters of the movie.
Oh, there we
watched.
go.
Yeah.
This was yes.
was-
I hope you both come back. This was a pleasure.
Definitely
Brought back, spoiled the sequel show.
Absolutely.
The sequel.
The sequel.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
for having
folks,
us.
We'll see you next time. That's a wrap. Bye bye. Wind Reel and Print is a podcast by Salad Brain Productions.
You can find us on Instagram at Wind Reel and Print Pod.
You can also find us wherever you get your podcasts.
And please, if you like the show, leave a rating and review. We'll see you next time.